Happy Saturday. Today I am doing my Saturday reset via live to keep myself in the habit of going live. And yes, so today is Saturday. I'm doing my reset, kind of my reflection, and going over the week and different things that I tried this week and kind of just doing that on live in real time. And of course, while I go over that, I'm always trying to get to know different individuals that I'm friends with on social media. So, as always, feel free to say hello if you're there. Tell me what you're doing this Saturday to reflect. I've got my journal out because I realized part of this week, while I felt just felt exhausted this week, is because I feel like I've been moving so fast. And I even noticed a couple of the events that I did last week I didn't have in my planner. And that normally is a sign for me that I'm moving faster than I should. So I came up with some questions that I want to go over. And I'm just going to do my own reflection with you. Um, so I think one thing that I noticed this week is how I got in front of more people, like what that's the whole goal. But then I felt like as soon as I was celebrating it, I immediately was already looking for the next win, almost like it wasn't good enough. So I think you work really hard for a long time sometimes for your goals, and when they don't happen as fast as you want them to, you forget to be grateful. So I feel like this week, um, I spent a lot of time trying to reflect and being proud of myself. I was live quite a bit. I feel comfortable with that today. That was one of my main goals. Like, if you don't do anything else today, Paris, like make sure you go live. I feel really good with all my different reels and the content I've been putting out because I feel like every content or every reel or video is kind of like a seminar or introduction to my page. Um, Now I've talked to quite a few people this week, and everybody is like, I know one thing, when I open my app, all I see is you. And that's exactly what I always wanted. So now I'm able to get phone calls from people and family members that I can help. So that's great. Um, oh, this is a good one. Rest is productive. And I am going to stay on this one for a while and go through my week because I feel like today I had to remind myself that I didn't have anything on my agenda. Like today, I plan to slow down. I got to talk to some friends and family that I have been wanting to talk to all week this morning. I took a little nap. I did some laundry. I took my hair down. So it was a lot of things productive. I was telling one of my friends this morning that, man, all this week between having events, customers, different commitments that I had to myself, I didn't get a chance to take my hair down. And today, because I scheduled that call, I had a chance to sit down and take my hair down. And something like that, although it may seem like I don't even want to say that it might not seem like a big deal because a black girl in her braids, everybody knows when it's time to take down those braids, that's not always your favorite part. So being able to take down my hair today, now I already know I'm going into the week with that off my plate. I don't have to worry about, oof, I wish I had time to do that. When am I going to have time to do whatever? That's something that I can check off my list today. And I put that load of laundry in, made me some breakfast, took my hair down, and then I was able to take a nap. And it may be 6 o'clock, but where do I have to be? Right here on live with you. So let me go back to what was I doing last Saturday? I really want to spend some time reflecting with myself. So that was, oh, I got to hang out with family. I think that's another thing this year. This September, I'll be 40, and this is my 10th year living in Texas. And I feel like now, since I've been out more in the community and back out doing events and things like that, or just showing up to different places, I'm really starting to realize how different life has been being in Texas for 10 years, and the different friendships I have now, and the different relationships that I've built over the last decade. So I think that plays a big part in the business now, cuz um another thing I was thinking about earlier, I was talking about um when I share different things or I do different lives on like this on social media, more and more of my friends are like, "Hey, like let me make sure I share this. Let me make sure I support you." And I've been making sure to sit down and spend some more time being thankful for that, because that's things that I wanted that support for a long time, so that's good. So this time last week, I was with one of my good friends and her family for the weekend. They were in town. We were at an Airbnb, just really enjoying each other's company. That was great. Then what did I do on Sunday? My cousin was in town from Louisiana. We went to Bucky's, which is always a good experience. Um, I think that was good to sit down with family members and people that care about Janelle and I, and really explain to them what I was doing, how I was doing with the business. And I think that's always a good check in for myself, because I'm able to see, like, Paris, what is your elevator speech for your business? How are you doing? What do you say when people ask you questions? I've been pushing myself in different situations to be bolder about um, introducing myself and making sure I don't just leave it at hello always. Making sure I'm asking for that support from family and friends, because I feel like now, especially building my muscle in networking and getting back out, I've been having the conversation a lot this week that we are still seeing a lot of the effects from COVID. Like, people aren't as socialized as we expect them to be, and people haven't all had the same experiences. Me, especially, my last, no, my when I was at my longest corporate job, that was my first job, my first time being separated from an employer. So, a lot of experiences that people around me have had, I was new to. So, that was a huge transition into moving to another company and things like that. So, that's the weekend. Then let me see. What did I do on Monday? And I want to write this down. Let me go back. So, I think it's so important to journal and memorialize things so you can really pause and think about where you've been. I think Sunday it rained and I came up here. Wednesday, I got certified again with AHIP. We did it as a group up here. That was really fun. Um, that's like a annual compliance test that we have to take as an insurance broker in order to get our license with all the other carriers. So we did it as a group. I think it was good. Some of us hadn't saw each other in a year, so um, that was a good part of this week. Then I had two different enrollments. One was a younger individual, and the other one was aging into Medicare. That was super exciting. Two other harder. I had some customers that had some issues with getting their enrollment. We got all those resolved this week. Um, we did a brunch at the East Side YMCA, and we didn't have the turnout that we anticipated, but it still was a good experience. I felt like I was bolder introducing myself to people, talking to folks. I was out in the community a lot more, so that I feel good about that. Um, Other times in between this week, I was really my energy seemed low. So I made sure that I tried not to really fight it when I got tired. And then at the same time, I was having like a little bit of insomnia too. So um really just made sure to try and check in with myself, but still stay accountable to what I want to get done, like doing these lives. So that's good. So today I really made sure to be slow motion. I even stopped at the Dollar Tree on the way in here because I just like it. Um, should have went to another one, but I said, okay, Paris, let's not turn this into a distraction. But mine was all out of everything and not set up properly. But I'm knocking out this live first because I think I was starting to overthink it. And really, it's like you don't have to prep a lot to get on here. Paris, use this as a platform to just talk. Um, mm, Normally on Saturdays, let me see, normally in the morning, I'm skating. In the afternoon, I try and be out in the community, but I like this. I think I might keep this Saturday reset and reconnect to my inner calm. I'm getting ready to get off of here. I am going to write some stuff on the board and get ready for the week. Let me do a little bit of getting ready for the week while I'm on here. What am I going to talk about tomorrow? Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm not going to force it and try and talk about anything else. Today I really am working on getting back to reconnecting with my inner calm. So I think for me today, I wrote down all the wins that I put on the board because I think that's a big deal. I reconnected so that I could get some recharge. I think I actually acknowledged that it was a tough week. So Paris, we do need to reset. And that's what I'm getting ready to do today. I think this is kind of what recharges me. A lot of folks are like, Paris, you're always thinking about working, but I'm building my business, building my dreams. And yeah, so today, take a moment to really reset whatever you're doing, whether you are out socializing or at home or whatever. Just take a little minute to refill, to pour again. That's what I'm doing. And yeah, that's all I got. Talk to you tomorrow.